Here we go. Now let's see. Alright, we're here. And this is what's equipped it. So that's after that. I don't think I can equip anything else. Go socket. Moderate perk. And defense. Any successful block. Oh, that's dope. Low activation. Good. You can rock that. What am I doing? Alright, let's check out the skills, because I ain't got no points for killing them last dudes, yo. Hold the phone. Thank you.
Reavers.
Uh-oh. They must have gotten here first.
Right. Fucking magical bird. Come on, boy.
There sure is a lot of
Locked. Find another entrance.
I think I'm getting the hang of this. There's something up there.
Indeed. Indeed, boy. Let me check the area out. I see it. Obviously, you are lost.
What's that?
You know what the hell it is, boy. 1, 2, another. Oh, where's the third one? Where's the third? Yo, they're gonna make it hard as fuck. As they always do. Where's the third? You can't just have 2 and that's that. Like, that's some bullshit. Oh, look at the fuckery. Look at the fuckery. You out? I need to stand somewhere where I can hit both targets. And I bet you... Okay, I see it now. Okay. If I stand right here, I can get all
Now where do we
three.
go from here?
No, wait. No, no, no. I gotta aim a little higher. You kidding me, right? Okay. Back to square one. I don't know where the fuck I was aiming. Oh, shit. Enough
Wish
to know.
Mom were here.
Me too. Maybe she could fucking hit these bells for me, nigga. This shit is annoying, bro.
I see something up there.
Yeah, so do I. Chill. Give me the money. Thank you. Oh my god, you have horns collected, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's a horn.
What's that?
The horn, boy. A mother-loving horn.
Atreus, follow me.
Be right there.
Okay. Come. Alright.
Whoa.
Look at this. No, 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 no.
Boy, over here.
This up. Yeah, get the scroll, baby, baby.
Another map. Bet we'll find something
Yes, it
useful here.
is. Alright, so...
Looks like the Reavers made it inside. I hope they didn't take all the treasure.
Man, whatever. Open sesame. Ooh, what? Oh. Oh, what the? Motherfucker, okay. Guess what? Very Vita. And while you're down, get a few more of these. Right? Because I know you don't like that. Oh.
Pots and Draugr. No magical
Oh
treasure.
no, it's more than
and no
that, buddy.
whetstone.
Keep your expectations low, boy, and you will never be disappointed.
shit look all fucking hairy on shit all of a sudden, nigga. Like, alright.
They caught
Oh,
you
there's
off
another one
guard.
of those.
I wasn't expecting them.
Exactly.
I hear it. I knew it. Oh, you gonna be a little tough to get at this point, man. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, shit, I forgot all of it. That was good. You got it, right?
I'm ready.
Oh! What the fuck you want me to do?
No!
Well, I mean, today's game night, and I wanted to watch the game with you. I just didn't think that you was going to be out. So when you were out, I figured you was out watching the game with somebody else. That's all. I heard what you said. I mean, if you're at the bar, then isn't the game at the bar? You know what? It's cool. In fact, I kind of learned a lesson. You know, that it's important that we let each other know about what we do.
I'm coming to you.
You know? You know, type of person. It's not that I know best, man.
We were just talking because we're planning to go to Canada, another girls trip.
Oh, how nice.
And it's way cheaper than California. It'll be like under $400.
Oh, wow. Look at what happened. The muscle's here, going that way, instead of here.
And I'm at a point in my life, like, because you asked me, like, you're at the bar, dressed like this. Yeah, I don't care if people stay. I went to eat.
No, it's not about that. It's about
Not out on a date.
it's about the comfort zone.
Yeah, but I don't care.
It's not about you again.
Oh,
When it
it's
comes
you.
down to that.
You think it's that I'm out with somebody?
Nah. I mean, yeah, sometimes. I mean, yeah, that could be a case as well. You know what I'm saying? Look, I want to be able I understand. You know what I'm saying? What you feel like, or what you felt like. All right, and I don't want to continue to talk to females and stuff like that. Like those things I did, it was despite the situation. You have to understand that.
I hear what you're saying.
I don't want to be sitting around here wondering or like, oh, this, that, and the fucking third or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you decided that you was gonna go to the bar right after. You didn't say anything, so I'm like, you know, like. I don't want to continue to go down this type of path. Like I don't want to do that.
I hear you.
I want to be in the know. I want to know what's going on with you. I want to know what's up. I want to know, you know. I want to, you know, the only reason why I haven't shut down any of my accounts or anything like that is because we haven't really spoke. And I just wanted to be able to give you some time, you know what I'm saying, from the last time we spoke. And, you know, and I was like, well, I'll just, you know, I'll talk to her, you know. Just let her have, you know, Saturday, let her have, you know, the night and stuff like that. And, you know, so that way we can come around and we can actually sit down. We can just kind of just talk about it on a calm basis. Because my thing is that I love you, regardless of the situation. Through a lot of things that we go through, I'm reflecting on a lot of things that I did. And it's been like that. It's just that I can't always voice my opinion to you about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to sometimes see them through all the way. I need to see whatever it is that I'm doing. If it's right, is it not right? You know, how you felt in those circumstances, you know, and how it's unfair. I don't want to be stuck in those type of positions with you. And I don't want you to feel that way either. I don't want you to feel like that no more at all. Like, I want you to feel a level of security. I want you to understand that we are okay. Like, it's regardless of what happens, where I go, where you go. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing this. Then, okay. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Fighting against the odds, the things that we have been fighting against for so long. Why does it take for me to go through what I had to go through with you for all those years? Like I had to, look, listen, Catherine. When you talk to me, I just want you to understand something. This is not about just, you know what I'm saying, like you the perfect girl and that, oh, it takes for me to, you understand, there's things you did too. When you talk to me in these type of circumstances, I need you to be on that level with me. Like, yeah, I did these things to you, yeah, I caused these. Because when I'm coming to you and I talk to you, every time I've talked to you in the past, it's no different from the way I'm talking to you right now. The only difference is that I'm using a different approach to this one now because of the circumstances and how they played out. It wasn't because I had recently played when you found something. It was because I came clean. It's because I came to you and I told you. You know, and then you're being more rigid about things and stuff like that because you're frustrated inside because, oh, why we gotta go through this? I've been asking you that for how long? How many years?
I'm not being more rigid because of that.
Well, what I'm saying is that I've been asking you that same question for years.
I understand.
Why do I have to go through this with you? Why? Those were questions I asked all along the way, and because none of them got answered, because I had to keep on enduring the same thing, I ended up doing things that ultimately hurt the relationship. And like I said, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just my decision to go out and do that. It wasn't something that I got up one day and I felt promiscuous those days and I just wanted to go and do that. No, we were going through stuff. And when you thought everything was okay because you didn't feel anything, you understand? I was the one that was still feeling some sort of way. That conflict. And when you want to have the ability to talk to the person that you love, so that way you can get it out of the way, and then you can't, because it results into a negative outcome. And it's like, I don't want the conversation to end where you're upset and you're saying stuff because you feel offended. I want you to understand what I'm saying, and I want you to talk to me, and I want you to understand it's being understood. If I did something that made you do something to me to react like that, then tell me. Then let me be sorry about it. I'm probably going to tell you, like, no, that's not how I meant it. You got to hear it, though. Then I can be sorry. Then we can get past it. But it's not always going to be something that I necessarily do to you. And I realize that, because if that was the case, most of the stuff when we did get into these type of arguments, that's what you would bring to the table. Instead, it was just interruptions and talking about things that don't necessarily relate to what I'm bringing to the table and I'm talking about. And I'm like, the conversation is drifting again. I know how to argue. I know how to argue my points. But it's very hard when somebody just wants to take the conversation and throw it left. And it's like, okay, you know you're wrong, and instead of just fessing up to it and being sorry, you're not. And then that builds resentment on my end. It makes me feel some sort of way, because it's like, yo, I'm doing my best to try to put these things on the table so we can clear them out. You think that all the things that you're doing now is justifiable. But what if I was to walk outside and see you in the bar? What if I would have left today and I would have saw you in the bar? What if I would have saw you? What if I would have saw somebody sitting there talking to you? I would have saw you with your friends. What if I would have saw somebody talking to you though? I would have thought you was out with somebody. I would have thought your intentions was all of that stuff. And this is what I'm saying. Like, when it comes down to when things get bad between us, they continue to get bad. And that's why I take the initiative, and I take the initiative after going on Facebook and doing Facebook Live. I didn't really go and start looking for other females. The fact that you just felt so resilient. The fact that you just felt like, oh, you know, whatever. You know, like, oh, I don't care type of shit. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean you don't care?
You thought that you doing that would make me care?
No. It didn't matter, because now I'm in defense mode. Now I'm in like yo, like she's purposely just being like that despite what you've done. And despite the fact that it wasn't something that was just brought upon that I wanted to happen like that. And I'm like, yo, so now I gotta go out and make myself feel better because I'm mad. I can't take it out on you. I can't fight you. I can't really say anything. I gotta do stuff that's gonna make me feel good. Yeah, because it's therapeutic to have to talk about my circumstances and relate to them, and they relate to me, and I hear about their experiences with their significant others or whoever they were with in the past and stuff like that. So, yeah, those things are therapeutic for me, yes. See, but that's the thing, Catherine. No, you want to know why? Because what I did to you is not the same thing for what you did to me, and this is what I mean about intent.
You went as far as going on a date with somebody.
Did you go on a date with somebody? No. Okay, Catherine. Yes, I went as far as going out on a date with somebody. Do you know what a date is?
You pushed these boundaries. Like, you went out and talked to other females. You went out on a date with another female.
Yes.
The boundaries
Yep.
you pushed. I've never done that. To me, like, I don't.
But look how you handle situations, though.
Right, but I go internally. I don't go and talk to other people.
Nah, what you do is that you decide that you want to
let me speak. I let you speak. See how you're getting defensive and you're talking back? That's human emotion.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When I did that to you, I was cutting you off. No, you were coming to your defense. So what I'm saying is, when I was upset with you, all those nights that I stood here wondering where you were, because you would walk out and not tell me anything, I didn't turn around and start talking to dudes to get their perspective, to get why you may be acting like that. I dealt with it by myself. I gave up to my friends. They don't know what it is to be in a relationship with you. So whenever something happens between you and I, you turn around and you talk to females to get their perspective. So I have to swallow that. And since the beginning, I've had a problem with you and your female friends. Since the beginning. So that's like reopening a scab wound every time.
Right.
And it's like, what the fuck? Like, he can't just talk to another guy, and he talks to, you have guy friends. Not necessarily close friends, but you have people.
You know what my guy friends are saying? Okay, well, I'll talk about that when I'm done.
Yes, you've mentioned that they say you should have never admitted it. Whatever.
No, it's not just that, Catherine. They're not telling.
Okay, you can tell
I'm
me.
just saying that you're assuming that that's one of the things they would have told me, but that's something I already had said to you prior to a conversation.
What I'm saying is that to me it's just tiring. It's to a point that I'm not gonna accept that. Like, you can't tell me that you're mad at me and you're talking to females because I'm making you mad.
Right.
You can't tell me that you're fucking another bitch because you can't talk to me.
Right.
I'm not gonna accept that. I'm not. That's something I cannot, and I won't.
Okay.
I appreciate you admitting that, yes, it was your choice. You chose to do those things.
Right.
And I get what led you to do those things. I understand that I played a role. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you just decided to get up one morning and go fuck this person. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm not. I know how we argue. I'm in the relationship with you. I know that I shut down. I know that I fight back. I know that I cut you off when you're saying something incorrect, at least by my terms. I know how frustrating that can be. I know that. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm perfect. I'm not sitting here saying that you weren't pushed or you're not wrong for feeling the way you felt. I'm not saying that whatsoever. It's just, for the longest, my issue has always been with you and females. And no, it's not because you're out there fucking everything that moves. It's because I view things differently than you do, right? You were okay with having your exes as friends before I came into the picture. And I try to change the aspects of you that was a part of you. You changed it because you saw my perspective.
I still do, by the way.
So, to hear that throughout all these years, these things have been going on, it's just like devastating, because it's like now I know that I'm not crazy, that when I felt like you were cheating on me, you were cheating on me.
Right.
And I silenced that intuitive voice that kept screaming like something's not right.
Yeah.
And I silenced it because I kept believing what you were saying.
Right.
No, I'm not cheating on you.
Right.
No, I would never cheat on you.
Right.
Not all men cheat.
Right.
And it's like I did a disservice to me, to my inner God. It was telling me, and I ignored it.
Right.
So now I'm in a space where I'm not gonna ignore that. So if I feel like you're doing that, I'm just gonna automatically think that's what you're doing.
Right.
You could tell me no. You could swear on a Bible, but I'm gonna feel like he's doing that. That's not to say that that's what you're gonna do. I'm not saying that that's what you're gonna get up and do when we argue. But that's the fear that's been implanted now. And that's the fear that was implanted then. Like, keep arguing with him, he's gonna do the same thing that he was planning to do with Sandra. He's gonna get frustrated and he's gonna leave. And it's like, okay, so now I have to silence my insecurity. I can't ask questions. I can't even ask where the car is parked, or we argue. So but you tell me I can ask questions. So that's like the most traumatic thing ever. If I say the wrong thing, it's just traumatic.
I
have demons that I'm battling with. Respect goes both ways. I feel disrespected just by the experiences we've had with each other.
Right.
And it's not just you putting your hands on me. There were instances where I felt disrespected in other forms. And I didn't speak up on it. I just internalized it. And as a result,
Your phone's ringing?
my phone's not ringing. Because it would have shown here.
Oh, I seen it light up on your wrist. I don't know what that
It
means.
lights up as I turn it towards you. So,
It's turning green.
no, it's green.
No, it's the bottom.
Yes, it's the sensor will track my heartbeat. See, you saying that throws off the conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm not trying to throw. Look, listen. There's a difference between the way you throw off conversations, the way I. No, I'm not, because you can't just decide that something that I'm doing is something that you do on purpose. See, I'm not sitting here with an attitude. I saw your thing go off, and I did that. If I had a problem with what you were saying, the way you have a problem with what I'm saying, and then I just say no, and I just start cutting you off and I derail the conversation, there's a difference. There's always a difference. And these are the things that I be trying to talk to you about. You understand? That there's a major difference in the way things were on your end than it was from my end. Now, I have more to say based on that, but I'm not going to carry on because you were talking. You understand? But it's just that when it comes down to stuff like that, I like if I was doing something that you did, literally I'd be like, I'm sorry. But that's outlandish for you to say that I would distract the conversation over something like that. That just means that you're saying extra stuff that you don't need to be saying. I'm not. When do I ever take the initiative to throw off conversation?
I said that you doing that throws off the conversation because I lost my train of thought.
No, you're saying that I'm throwing off conversation the way you threw off conversation,
no,
and I'm like, that's what you just said though.
Doing that throws off the conversation because I lost my train of thought. That's what I said.
Go ahead, Catherine.
It's not an attack on you.
I know. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Respect is lacking on both ends. That's just the bottom line.
Nah.
You don't.
I disagree. But go ahead.
When you stepped out, you did it for two reasons. Either you didn't love me or you didn't respect me.
I stepped out because you hurt me.
Yes. But
and there's no understanding to that, and every time that happens, that's when it happens. Look, listen. To define why I did it, that means you didn't listen to all the times I said I did it.
I listened to it, but I'm entitled to my perspective, so are you.
Yeah, but when you just want to take a perspective, that means that you don't look, listen. When that's the problem. That's one of the main problems, Catherine. Are you listening to me to respond, or are you listening to rebuttal? 99% of the conversations and the arguments we have had where I've expressed myself, it was rebuttal. So when I spoke on those things and I told you about why I did those things, your refusal to accept them for what they were, and then having to have those situations happen again and again, means that whatever I told you about was not resolved. It's not about me not respecting you. It's not about my lack of love. Because if that was the case, that would have been an argument for you a long time ago. You would have put that on the table. That wasn't the case a long time ago. That wasn't something that you felt, nor what you experienced. I told you why I did those things, and I told you the experiences that we had went through. Okay? Look, see, this is what I mean about accepting, about listening to when people are talking, and being able to accept what they're saying, and being able to be in the wrong, and be in the light of your wrong. If you're wrong about something, then be wrong, so we can just move on. admit whatever it is that you did. If it was that, I mean, it was like pulling teeth always. I had to know. I had to like be real specific about exactly what it is that you did and everything, and still there was no resolve. My complaint to you was the lack of respect, of having to constantly go through those things. That wasn't something that you brought to the table to me. So if you're getting all this extra information from your friends and they helping you with coming to me to break up and shit like that, then don't say nothing else. Don't talk about nothing else, Catherine. Don't.
My friends are not.
Oh, I know they are. Because your friends didn't even say tell Bakar hi. They didn't even offer me weed. And you know what that indicates? They understand what the fuck is going on between us. Any other time, it would have been like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. None of that happened. Which means that we're still going through the same with you, deciding that you want to lie to me in my face about information. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're...
I'm not lying.
Catherine, so all of a sudden your friends don't have nothing to say to me? No, hey, how you doing? All my friends ask for you. No, none of that, right? Right? Yeah, I know. You want to tell me that now, right? Because it matters now, even though we're on good terms, right? You know, Catherine, it's these instances that we go through this that I pay attention to key details that later on, down the line, that you end up saying, I admit, whatever. And you know what happens? So much damage is already done. So what is the difference between the damage that was already done, that I had begged and pleaded with you about, yo, look, listen, I don't appreciate you treating me like this when we go out. I don't appreciate you doing this to me. I put you on a pedestal always. That's what I want. I want that respect. That was my argument for you. So it wasn't a lack of respect for me on you. It wasn't a lack of love for me on you. I sat down numerous times. Every time we got into certain situations, it was me coming to you, talking to you about these things that are problems. So no, I did not have a lack of either within or without. When you talk about these type of things, speak for yourself, but don't speak for me, and don't make it seem like these are the things that I did because a lack thereof, because there was none. I opened up real communication, not this so-called communication of just being able where you could just call my phone anytime you want and blow me up bad because we going through stuff. That's not, to me, that's not what you call communication. Communication is being able to sit down with your significant other and be able to talk things out like human beings, like adults, and get through the problem. Okay, I offended you like this, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I did it again. Da 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 da. I fucked up. I shouldn't have did that. And if it was me, then let it be me. Let me be sorry, because there's not a time that we don't argue about certain things. If you don't correct me and not tell, I'll be like, all right, I'm sorry, you're right. There was never a time within all of these years, ever. And this is what I'm trying to get you to understand, okay? So when you go in deep within, and I know that you're feeling all of that stuff that you're feeling, and oh, it's all you, you forgot that if you are a part of the relationship, that means whatever experiences that you had with me and everything that I felt that I told you about needs to be considered. Because I've been trying. It was me, Catherine. It was me. Every time that we got into an argument and stuff like that, or whatever the situation may be, it was me trying to create that type of dialect where we could have real, respectable dialect. That was me. It was me who brought up terminologies in talking to you and making sure the conversation made sense if the conversation seemed like it was going out of space or if it was going out somewhere. It was me. I'm asking you, don't fight me on this one. Everybody goes through stuff, Catherine. Everybody. You have all the same liberties that you had before you met me, all the same things. You can still go out with friends, whether they like me or not. And I never, ever, 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 ever tried to stop you. When I had problems with you going up there to work and stuff like that, the level of insecurity skyrocketed because of the things that really happened. So with you telling me, oh, I'm going to the bar, blah, 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 with your friends, yeah, I felt insecure, but I didn't come, you didn't have to walk into an argument, did you? Because I knew and I understood you're trying. So I'm not going to argue with you, and we still together. That's all that mattered. Because eventually, it's going to subside. It just needs time. I'm not trying to look in a negative direction. I never did. When things pushed me in that direction, when you don't think that the things that happens to us will force us or make us feel like we need to be pushed in a certain direction. And you feel so deceived and everything because of everything that I came out and everything that I've told you so thus far. So now that's your excuse to feel like, oh, this is something that broke the camel's back. This is basically what it is, and this is what it is. Every time I've been through certain situations, I felt like that's what broke the camel's back. But it never matters because I want progress. And I don't turn away from the challenge just because it's there in my face. Especially when I know I had something to do with it. Especially if I know that I made a bad decision. You gotta look within and you gotta see the things that you played a role in causing some of these things to happen. Stop seeing yourself as just a victim. You say you don't, Catherine, but you're sitting here and you're telling me that it's either one or two things. It's either the respect or the love. And it's like, no, it wasn't. I'm telling you, look, there's a whole bunch of things that we need to talk about and get out of the way. Get them out of the way. And you leave me just floating in air. So I'm forced to have my own ideas about whatever happened. Especially when they make no sense whatsoever. Especially when it looks very, very much like that. Sure, there was a lot of things that you didn't follow your intuition on because of what I told you. I could have been like, nah, the panties ain't shit. I ain't worried about it. Seeing you at the bar with this nigga after hearing very